Hey guys, how's it going? I am supposed to be getting ready to get out of town, and I need to deal with something that I have been neglecting. So we're gonna do that today. We're getting ready to go on a vacation. I think by the time you guys see this, we will be back from our vacation, but I have some struggling plants that I need to take care of. So I'm just gonna collect all of these plants, take them back to the greenhouse, and then we can talk about them. I have 8 plants right here that I need to take care of. Plus also, do you guys remember how I was trying to do some coleus topiary? Well, you know, things just got away from me, and this is what the topiary looks like. It's not great. That's also going to have to be taken care of. So we are going to take all these back to the greenhouse. I'm going to clean them up. Some of them... Please don't be mad at me. Some of them I really need to really clean up. We're gonna get this all taken care of, so let's bring all these back to the greenhouse and then I'll kind of go over them. I've been keeping all of my plants that I didn't get planted this year in our side yard. It's not a whole lot of them. It's 9 of them, plus I think there's 3 that are completely dead that we're just not going to talk about. I've been keeping them in the side yard, and I think they just kind of like got overlooked a few times and just kind of got neglected. And so here we are now trying to revive them. I also see a cocoon of a caterpillar. Sweet. So I'm just going to put everything in the greenhouse and try to revive all these things. Okay, so the plants are all in here. I feel like out of all the plants I got sent, I got most things planted, minus these guys, and then there's 3 plants up there that are just dead. They're not coming back. And so I think that's not too bad. I mean, ideally I would have got them all planted, but life happens. And then we decided to build a greenhouse, which was not on our forecast for 2025. So that took priority and plants got put on the back burner. But I don't have a whole lot left to plant, but I need to revive them. So first thing, this is a fern and a creeping Jenny. It's just in a terracotta pot. That's already planted up, but it did die back when I unplugged it from water. We've been revitalizing it and it looks a million times better. I just want to bring it in here so that way it gets watered and continued to taken care of. Up here, this is the Tuscan Sun Heliopsis. And while it doesn't look like it's alive, she is kind of alive. Look. So my plan is to just take this and I'm going to put all these plants over here on this rack. There's grow lights here and then there's this top rack, and I'm going to move everything off that top rack there and put all the plants there. And everything is going to go in these 10-20 trays right here, so everything can sit in a little bit of water. And then they'll just be able to stay watered that way. I have a yarrow right here. I think this is a pink one. This is Firefly Fuchsia. Yeah, this is a really pretty one. I've got a couple of them in the landscape, and there's another Firefly Fuchsia, so I've got 2 of those. I have a heuchera right here. And when I got this one didn't look super great, so I didn't plant this one. And so this one's been one that I've just been working on revitalizing the entire time. Over here, I have a Vitex. This one's called Rocksteady. I actually had this one because I had plans to go do some work over at a friend's house, and I was going to take care of it, and this is something I was going to bring. A month ago, it looked great. It no longer looks great. I have a coleus that I've been trying to train into a standard form, and there's scale on it. Sweet. And so I did not do a good job at training it into a standard form. Like, all of this should have been pruned off. There's a fallen one over there. I have 2 of the Ansonia storm clouds. I love those. I do want to plant those, and I think I'm going to plant them back here in the birch tree bed area. I think they'll do beautifully back there. And then I have it meant to be Royal Raspberry Agastache right there. As you guys are seeing this video, I think we just got back the day before you guys saw this video. We decided to take a vacation. It had kind of been in the works for a while, and we planned on getting ahead and really not even skipping any videos, which I don't think we'll end up skipping any videos while we're on vacation. And I need to, the people that are house sitting for us, I need to set up pretty much everything so it's like automated and no stress, and I don't have to rely on them to really take care of anything. I have already asked them if they will water inside the greenhouse, but I want to make it as minimal as possible. And if I have to have them watering a million containers and all that stuff, it's just really not fair. So we're going to streamline this. I've got a bunch of the 1020 trays from Bootstrap Farmer that I'm going to use, that the like really heavy duty plastic ones that all of my seed starting stuff is in. And I am basically going to line the top shelf and not the bottom shelf, the second shelf with those trays. And then I'm going to set all of those plants in there. So that way they can come in and they'll know, okay, I just need to throw a little bit of water in the bottom of these trays. I told them that they just need to come out here maybe every like 2 to 3 days to check on these things. So they'll only have to come out here a couple times. But that way there's a better chance of all this stuff surviving. If it doesn't survive, that's okay. It's fine. We tried. I don't ever really 100% rely on people taking care of my plants. I always expect that there's going to be some death. And then if I make it complicated where I'm like, hey, I need you to specifically hand water certain things, I'm not hiring gardeners to house sit for us. They're watching the dogs for us and watching the house for us. And if they happen to water my plants, great. 99% of our garden is set up on drip irrigation, so I don't actually have to worry about this as a real situation usually. And usually it's just a couple things. So we're gonna get those guys taken care of today. And just like that, everything is set up. So all they're gonna do is come in and fill these trays up with a little bit of water, probably up to about this line. So they really only need like maybe an inch of water in each of these trays. And everything is gonna sit in water. I know that, and that is gonna be okay with me. It's better than them drying out when I get back. If I need to get it so that they are drier, I can do that, but I'd rather them stay a little bit wetter while I'm gone. The only thing that I'm nervous about, not my seedlings, is these ranunculus, because these don't have any drainage in the bottom of these. So what I am thinking about doing is drilling some holes in here, and then putting another tray in the bottom of that so these guys don't just sit in water. I'm going to talk to Brent about what he thinks for that. And then I've got 3 trays down there. I did put all of my these really pretty the pansies right here that I got. I put all of these in this tray. As life got crazy, some of them got neglected. That one right there got neglected, but it's still alive. No flowers right now. Everything just stopped getting water. So this should help us with our setup and keeping all of these plants alive. And now that we have somebody coming over while we're going to be gone, that'll help that. I will give these two things a really good soak before I leave. And then those ones should be fine. If they throw a little water on, they're great. If they don't, these ones should be okay. But it does feel nice to get everything all set up and kind of automated. The greenhouse is getting hot, so before we leave, there's supposed to be a bunch of rainstorms while we're gone. We're gonna close the top vents so they just don't open while we're away, and then we'll make it so that the side vents still open while we're away. But if there's a heavy rainstorm, we just don't want it to flood the greenhouse. Should we not be here and the vents just not close for some reason. And then it's basically all just kind of automated, except they got to come in and just water a couple little things now, so that makes life a lot easier. I only want to do one more thing because I do need to get ready to go pack and get gone, and that is to cut back this coleus that I've been talking about. This, do you see how tall this is? This is huge. This is the Wicked Witch coleus. It's been needing a cutback for a couple weeks now, and I just didn't want to do it. It's so low on my list of want to do things, but today we're going to do it. The weather is beautiful. It's the end of the day, and I figured, why not? I've been putting it off forever. So I don't know how much longer this is going to even survive. It'll all be gone once we start getting really cold at night. It just won't survive. 32 really is it's gone. So I'm going to cut it back. I'm going to cut it back hard. See all this new growth in here? That's basically where I'm going to cut it back to. I never gave it any sort of cutback, which you really shouldn't have to do. It's the end of the season. These got in really early and they've been surviving and doing great. It's now the end of the season and they've flopped. So now it's just time to either pull them, or I can try to see if I can get a little bit longer out of them and get a good show out of them and give them a whack. So we're going to cut these down, basically taking off 2/3, only leaving about 1/3 of these guys. So it's going to be a little dramatic, but in the long run, it really will look a lot better if I have enough time in my growing season to get these guys to continue to grow. And you can see basically where I'm going to cut it back. Actually, I'll show you on this one. So I'm going to cut this back probably to about here-ish, right here. And all of this will start sprouting out like this. I will cut this off right here. All of this will turn into new, beautiful branching. This I might end up cutting a little bit higher. I might cut this here, and that should all just branch beautifully, and it'll allow for light and airflow to get in here, and so that way it can just really fill right back out. If I was smart when I planted these guys, I could have cut on them a few times, and that would have just continued to make them branch instead of having really, really long stems, but I didn't. That's life. It's fine. Let's go ahead and cut this back now. And I'm not saving any of it. I'm not propagating any of it. I believe this is a patented plant. That's a whole deal. You believe whatever you want to believe. I don't propagate patented plants. And these are also covered in bird droppings, so I'm not saving them for floral arrangements either. So they're just going to go in the bin. What a huge difference that made. For the best, I don't know. We'll see how long these guys make it. I'm hoping that we have at least another month. And so hopefully they put on some growth and that they kind of like fill out and just look like a nice mound. Once we get a really cold night, these guys will just be taken and there won't be any coming back from them. But if I can get a little bit longer out of them, I will gladly take it. And then this just looks cleaner. I mean, those coleus were coming out all the way out to here. So that really made the walkway really tight. We spent a lot of time right here working with bringing tools out of the shed. And like, I don't know, this just kind of becomes a work area. The boulder there might not be the best idea. I might end up moving it. I really wanted it inside the bed. I wanted it on the far end, and then I thought, okay, well, maybe we could put it there, but it's really heavy. So I don't know how well that's ever going to happen or if that will ever happen. It just makes this area just a little bit congested sometimes, especially if we have like the lawnmower out or if we have the gorilla cart out or if I have like a pop-up bag sitting here. It just makes it really hard. Anyways, it's all cleaned up. It looks a million times better being cleaned up and getting all of the leaves and everything, all the debris that was under there. And then in the greenhouse, all of this is all done. I did just hose it out a little bit so the ground is wet. There's a lot of dirt on the ground, but that is all done. That is all set and ready to go. These guys should be able to take care of that. The doors will be shut, and I do have the window on the doors cracked, and then the side vents will remain open also. So I think that is going to be it. I did tackle a project that I really wanted to get done, and that I've just been kind of putting off, and then tackled everything to get it all set up for those guys. I think I retracted the hose. I think I'm going to unretract it and just leave it kind of by the door, so that way it makes it just that much easier for them to get in the greenhouse and water everything that needs to be watered. I'm only going to ask them to water once, maybe twice during the week. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.